There we go. Told you I'd be back. I told you I wasn't playing. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining my live. And yeah, let's get into it. There will be lull moments in this live, so feel free to fast forward if you're watching the replay. If not, then there ain't shit you can do about it. So feel free to ask what you would like. My name is Darin Rios. I spent a good number of years in the entertainment industry working with celebrities and major brands. And now I consult privately with individuals as a coach and consultant. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. And let's get into it, because why not? Let's have some fun. So we typically talk about like life advice, relationships, philosophy, whatever. I'll probably be live for about 30 minutes, depending on how it goes. If it goes good, then I'll go live longer. Other than that, that's my story. I'm sticking to it. Good morning, sir, all the way from South Africa. I love it. South Africa. Person. Hi, Darin. What? What is this? How to kill neediness and become self-sufficient. Oh man, that was a hard lesson to learn for me. I met a celebrity, like a megastar celebrity, a few years back. That I had dreams that I was gonna meet this person and we were gonna exchange information and like all this stuff. And I remember one night when I was going through this healing journey, if you will. And I just, when I met him, I was in a really like dark place, like just a really rough place. And I just remember thinking like, oh, this might be like my next wind, like my next opportunity, right? And I was about to text him one night, and it just hit me like a ton of bricks. Why? Like, why are you doing this? And I've never really shared this story before, but it made me realize that I was putting my worth and my identity in who I knew, in the work that I did. Okay? Because I felt like I wasn't enough. Darin Rios was not enough. Michelle, thank you so much for that. I really appreciate that. Darin Rios was not enough, and he needed external validation, such as to be able to say, I'm best friends with a megastar. And I never sent the text, and I cried, and I forgave myself, and I fucking pep talked myself, and realized I don't need anything from anyone. I already have it. I've always had everything I've ever needed. And the reason I struggled for a period of my life, a long period of my life, was because I felt like I needed other people. Like, and yes, to a degree, we need other people. We are social creatures. We need people. But when it comes to these external things in societal standards, it isn't until you realize that you have everything you already need in you. And if you don't realize that, you will always be searching for it in others. And guess what? It can't be found there. It's like losing your keys in your house. I heard this analogy one time. It was like, you lose your keys in your house, and oh God, this is such a bad analogy. But anyway, you go outside and start searching in the streets because that's where the street lights are, instead of turning the lights on in your own house. Like, the keys are in, you have the keys here already. And so when it comes to neediness and becoming self-sufficient, it is imperative that you understand that you've always been capable. You might not feel like it, but look at the evidence. And the evidence is you're a human being. Like, I don't think we really wrap our heads around that often enough. The fact that you're a living, breathing human being. Like, oh God, I just had a daughter 7 months ago. And I would watch these videos of babies being formed in the womb, like those 3D animations, and it's just like so fucking amazing. From like a single cell to like a bunch of cells just multiplying into what we become as like a fuck ton of cells that have just multiplied in this perfect order that make us what we are, images of God. Yet we act like we can't do shit. It's like, do you know how fucking amazing you are? Anyway, so why people become so impatient these days? Some people do. I don't know. I can't speak for those people. It took me a minute to absorb that lesson, but I finally did. Yeah, me too, man. Very difficult one to learn. What the fuck? So yeah, I know it's early in the show, but I want to say thank you for everyone, or to everyone who's here watching, whether you stay for a minute or two or 10 or the whole fucking show. Thank you. I appreciate it. And you could be anywhere else. I just come on here, share my thoughts, help people find clarity, and do the best that I can to be of service, if you will, and have some fun while we're at it. Why people come some pain? Okay, took me a minute to absorb that lesson. I finally did. Are you okay? Yes, I am okay. Are you okay? Thank you so much, Darin from the Philippines. You're welcome so much, Berna from Los Angeles. What do you mean not sure about me? How's Drea and your beautiful baby girl doing? I speak English sometimes, I swear. Very good. Strong and healthy. And he's got her first little tooth coming in. Hello, may I ask, what are you talking about? Nothing yet. I really enjoy following your tangents. Filling the silence with wisdom resonates with all the areas that we are maybe too timid to ask about. I like that. That's good to know. Not sure about me though. Okay, if I'm okay. Hello from South Africa. Love your content. Thank you very much. I love my South African family. How does one deal with negative emotions? By replacing them with positive ones. I'm just kidding. It's like, duh. When you have a negative emotion, it's coming from somewhere. Typically from your past. Somewhere in your past where you are associating whatever's happening. Tons of triggers, dude. Sometimes I get fucking triggered and I just get angry. I'm like, what was it today? I think I was like taking out the trash or some shit, and like I felt angry. For what? I don't even know. And I ask myself, why do I genuinely feel angry right now? And like I wanted to like blame my girlfriend, but she had nothing to do with it. And I was like, holy fuck. Something triggered this. I don't know exactly what it was, but something. I was like, okay, it'll pass. I didn't act on it. I felt it. I acknowledged it. I was like, okay, this is coming from somewhere. And then it went away. The problem is when people don't know how to manage their emotions. We want to get rid of emotions. That's not it. That's not going to happen. You're not going to get rid of emotions. But you learn to manage them so that they no longer control the ship. Most people spend their time trying to get rid of something that you can't get rid of. Therefore, they get discouraged, and then they said, I tried all that self-help shit and it doesn't work. And then this is just the way I am. No. It's the way you're choosing to be. So if you can't get rid of the emotions, you must learn how to manage them. And if you learn how to manage them so well that it becomes second nature, it's almost as if they're not even there anymore. They just become less powerful. Like, have you ever known somebody in your life that when you first meet them and they tell you all these cool things, and then the more you get to know them, the more you start realizing that they're full of shit. So the next time they try to come around and tell you a story, you're just like, you don't even like go there anymore. You're just like, it's the same thing with our emotions. These negative emotions that arise within us are like those friends that are so full of shit. Like, they mean well, they're trying to like connect and whatever, but they're just doing it wrong. And then you start getting like wise to their bullshit, and you're just like, oh, here we go again. To the point where it's just like, it doesn't even faze you anymore. Hello, Darin. Please, just out of curiosity, what is your ancestry? That's a pretty big question. But 23andMe says I'm fucking British. My father's from Argentina. My mother was Cherokee and Irish. I think Irish. She passed about 12 years ago. And I never really found out exactly what she was. But I'm pretty sure it was Irish. And then, yeah. But I've gotten all kinds of stuff. Why do people respond differently when it's their problem, but it's not the same when others are actually going through the same? Double standards, probably. I want to stop the trauma from my parents with me. And I'm trying so hard to do better for my daughter. Do you feel like trauma is always passed down, or can you stop it with you? Yeah, you can absolutely stop it with you. It's not going to be easy. It's going to be fucking difficult. But it's possible. So just because something's difficult is no reason to not do it. If anything, it's more reason to do it, because anything that's worth achieving is difficult. So if you want to be proud of yourself about something, do difficult shit in your life, especially when it comes to personal issues, because there is no greater mountain to climb than that mountain of self. I'm telling you. Thanks, Damien. You help me every single day. You don't have any idea. Man, that's awesome. I love that. Thank you. I really appreciate that. I'm going to save that. Talk about attachment to people. Like what? What do you mean? Can you be more specific? Can you explain the process of going from victim mentality to a survivor? Yes. I think victim mentality is easy. Victim mentality, though, is for people who lack self-awareness and who refuse to take responsibility for their lives. So I hate to break it to you, and I know this sounds like a harsh truth or whatever, but it's just the fucking truth. Until you realize that every decision you have made in your life after when you became an adult, every decision you have made in your life from that point on to now has led you here, wherever you are. If you're in a job you fucking hate, in a relationship you hate, in a house you fucking hate, in a car you fucking hate, it's because of you. It's because of what you believe about yourself that has led you to make decisions that have led you to exactly where you are right now. Now, you might be thinking, oh, that's easy for you to fucking say. Guy with fucking, hundreds of thousands of people follow him on social media. You have a nice apartment and you fucking... If you knew my story, you would not say such a thing. But I don't give a fuck if you say that, because I know my story. And I was there, and that's how I know that this is the only way to wake the fuck up and stop being a goddamn victim. Man, I wish I could as a matter of fact, where is it? Can't see shit. My old phone. I don't know if it's in this phone. It's dead. And the other one's charging. I'm going to charge this one over here. I'm fucking ready, y'all. I took pictures of myself, depressed as fuck, going through a transition of I'm going to have to bite some kind of bullet here, and I have no fucking clue what it is, but I think I'm playing a victim. And I'm going to have to face some really hard fucking truths about myself in order to make it through this. Oh, God, here we go. Like one of those moments. I'll see if I can find it. But I mean, it isn't me like sprawled out on the floor crying and like taking a selfie. It's nothing like that. But yeah. That's the only way to get out of a victim mentality. As far as the other mentality, like a survivor, I mean, getting out of that, I guess it makes you a survivor, you know, of self-inflicted wounds. Miss T. I don't know how to pronounce that, but yeah, I agree. I believe when someone wants to help other people, they've been through a lot themselves. So please share your story. Yeah, man, it's like it's the only way. I've been through a lot of pain, like a lot of pain, and the only way for me to make sense of my pain is to find purpose through it. And in doing so, helping other people, right? Because a lot of times in pain, there feels like sometimes it's like there's no fucking purpose here. This is just fucked. It's not always true. How do I stop being angry? She refused. Stop being so afraid. Even though women think that it is fair. Hold on. Even though, let me add, some women maybe think that it is fair that only they are conceiving. That is fucking ignorant as shit. What? What kind of ignorant shit is that? No, I'll say that with all the love I can muster because ain't nobody else in your life gonna tell you the motherfucking truth. So let me be the one to do it. That's ignorant shit. Basically saying that all women offer to society is giving birth. What the fuck? Unless I'm reading that wrong. Anyway, if that is what you're saying and that is what you believe, you'll be lonely and miserable for the rest of your life. So you might want to look into that. I'm currently in a victim mentality. I need to change my mindset. Yes, you do. That's where it starts. You're welcome, Damien. Yeah, man. Look, I don't really promote this much, and I don't like to do the whole salesy shit, but I spent some hard time putting this book together. It's called The Inner Alchemist. And basically what it's about is doing that inner work to help you break free from those limiting beliefs and that victim mindset, and doing that inner child work and figuring out why you are the way that you are and how to change that. And so I believe it's 9 chapters, and it's all about that. It's all about reshaping your life and your mind. So if you're serious about change and this is something that you really want to do, you can buy that book. It's $37. If you have any questions as you're reading it, you're going through it, you can always reach out to me. You can email me, and I'll respond. Thanks, Darin. I hope things are great for you. You're welcome. You're very welcome. Yeah, it's a super low class like mentality to think like that about women. If I tell people my story, they think I'm crazy, so I just keep to myself. Experienced so much death and tragedy around me. I'm learning to be a survivor without the guilt. Good for you. And your story is your superpower. And if people think that you're crazy, it's only a projection of themselves, so they can go fuck themselves. Why it's hard for me to detach from past relationships? Because maybe you find your identity in those relationships and you haven't found it within yourself, and you're looking for fulfillment outside of you, and you'll never find it. It's only here. You're already fulfilled, and until you realize that, you'll always feel empty. That's awesome, Damien. I appreciate that. Darin, you are normal, insecure, and happy, and everything in between. True. I have insecurities for sure. And you are what, Irene? Very keen of observations on others, but what about yourself? Do you have the same type of observations? Are you as keen about your self observations as you are other people? Curious. I am sorry you had a shitty. I didn't have a shitty day. What made you think I have a shitty day? I had a fucking great day. Did I say something that made you think I had a shitty day? Why is it hard for me to detach from? Oh, okay. Bum 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 bum. No, not at all. Okay. Read above. It is someone else. Sorry. Damien. Oh, okay. Well, you wrote Darin. I think a lot about what you said. I'll think a lot about what you said. Awesome. What you gonna talk about? What are you gonna talk about, Will? I've been talking. What are you gonna talk about? What is something that you guys want to achieve this week or month? And does it scare you? As a matter of fact, tell me one goal or dream that you have that kind of scares you. I'm sorry. I meant me. I had a tough day, but being here, yeah, I know. Changing jobs. Oh, fuck. What's up, baby? How you doing? How you doing? I'm doing good. Come here. Psychopath or narcissistic people? Not really. Is your shower good? Fresh. True. True. I'm not gonna be on for very long. I'm fucking exhausted. I feel exhausted. Can you use some water for me, please? Thank you so much. All right. I'm about to read these fucking things. Meeting someone new after a toxic relationship. Yeah, that's difficult. You got to trust yourself, though. You're not the same person. Well, hopefully not. Having an influence on a lot of people. What kind of influence? Thank you, baby. You're the best. Sparkle. You got sparklies. Just be shining. That's why you my girl. I'm just kidding. You going to bed right now, babe? Okay. What do you recommend me to do to be fulfilled within me, not from past relationship or relationships in general? Oh, hold on. I missed all these other questions over here on YouTube. Can you talk about no? To live on my own, I want to achieve it, but I'm afraid to be alone. I know how that feels. Why won't my narc give me closure? The answer is in your question. Coach, the more attention you give to those people, the more attract them. Okay. Questions. Some productivity tips. Time blocking. Huge. And have some fucking grace and flexibility. Okay? Don't shame yourself. My morning routine is I get up in the morning. I change my daughter's diaper if my girl hasn't done it already. I take my dog for it's not fucking great. I take my dog for a piss, come in, feed my dog, and spend time with my family. Take my girl on a walk, study, listen to some podcasts, take some notes, write some ideas down, and get some exercise. And then eat. What do you recommend? Okay. What do you recommend me to do to be fulfilled within me, not from past relationships or relationships in general? You need to create a vision for your life. What the fuck do you want to do with your life? What kind of person do you want to be? And if it isn't who you're currently being, then you need to start taking action towards that. It's going to be difficult. Good. Do difficult things, because the more difficult shit that you do, the more confidence and self-esteem you build. The more you build of that shit, the more unstoppable you become. And the less of a victim you become of your life. And the more of a captain you become. And you start to love yourself and not feel the need to seek validation outside of you, because you're doing things that make you proud. But what most people do is they do this shit for others their whole fucking lives. And then they wonder why they feel so unfulfilled, and they keep running into relationships that don't work platonically, romantically, professionally. They're looking outside themselves for fulfillment, avoiding doing the work themselves. Don't do that. So when you do become and start taking action towards becoming who you want to become, you begin to attract that, because your perspective of the world in vibrational state of being, if you will, you see things differently. And other people who are like you can spot you, because you're now behaving in a manner that resonates with them. And therefore, you guys kind of attract each other. Right? That's what it is. Thank you, Darin, for taking the time to read all of my questions. And yeah, dude, for sure. Just wanted to drop and say hi, give you some props, keep helping people and spreading. Jared, what's up, man? Thank you. I appreciate that, dude. How you doing, bro? It's been a while. I'm working to round out the inner peace that can only be given to me from wait, what? I'm working to round out the inner peace that can only be given to me from So what most most people do, and what I did for a very long time, was I got wrapped up in my career. Oh, I can work with big brands and famous people and do all this stuff. And like I did it. And it was like, who fucking cares? Like I did it and I was like in rooms with the biggest celebrities in the world, having conversations, and they're no different than anyone else. And like you hear this shit all the time, but then when you really see it, you're like, it's like getting to the pot of gold and then realizing like, wait, we can't do anything with this? You mean it's like, it's all fake gold? It's like, yeah, that's what it is. But everyone who's not around the pot of gold thinks like we're some fucking superhuman. And then I just started realizing, okay, I need to recalibrate the trajectory of my life and my career and my purpose. And so that was a really hard thing to come to terms with. It was tough because like, man, like I got there, and I got there in a way that very few people get there. And so it turned out to be like, it's like turning out to win the lottery and then like realizing that, I don't know, it's not as great as you thought it was going to be. Then you got to re-examine everything and like, what the fuck is the purpose of my life and blah, blah, blah. Now I'm just rambling. But what triggered that thought? He's working around. Oh. Creating a life that is fulfilling, that is true to you. Right? Oh, this whole chat just froze. I'm following you since 3 months and I really loved what you are posting. I found that your videos were not edited and I'm short form. God damn. I'm sorry, no offense, but fuck, I get those messages so many times a day. I don't need a video editor. Thank you, though. Thank you. Actually, I have a guy who helps me with my videos, but I don't like to edit them the way that everybody else does it. No, thank you. But, dude, I get like at least 5 or 6 emails or DMs a day. People trying to be my video editor. But thank you for following me, and thank you for at least being kind about it. Because some people are like, hey, Darin, I see you got a large following, but your videos suck. You need to edit like this, and I can do it for you. It's like, oh, that's not how this shit works, bro. Oh, she's drooling. Mm-hmm. Oh my God, she's so cute. My daughter's knocked out in the room. And she's sleeping on the pillow, drooling. Oh, she's the best. Oh, yeah. Oh, she's so tired, dude. Her little toes. I know. Ay, ay, ay. No worries. You're definitely changing people's lives there. And hey, thank you, man. People are changing my life, man. Like this is wild. This has been a wild experience, but it's something that I knew I wanted to do. And when I first started making videos, I just was fucking terrified that people who thought they knew me or who knew me at one point in my life were going to be like, who does this guy think he is? Like, okay. You see Darin's videos? Like, you see how Darin's like posting these videos? Like, he's like, maybe they were, I don't know. But in my head, when I was making videos, it was like, God, these people are going to say this, and that person's probably going to say this, and these people are probably thinking that. That was the hardest part to break through and to get to where I'm at today, is to just be like, every time I wanted to make a video and I would post it, my whole nervous system would be like on fire because I'm so fucking worried about what certain people in my life are going to say. And I would just be like, I don't give a fuck. And if they are saying that shit, fuck them. Fuck them. Who gives a shit? Right? And so it's like every now and then people will try to chime in and be like, and act like they still know me and stuff. And it's like, okay, you don't. You knew me once. And that is the hardest part. And you know what? I went out a couple days ago to my old stomping grounds. I used to have an office in the Arts District in downtown LA. And I just went and I was there and I did what I used to do. And I used to have like these meditation times when I would just like literally sit and like have a beer and talk to like random people and like listen to music I was working on or just take notes and shit that I was doing at that time. And I was like, holy fuck. I'm not that person anymore. Right? So when you're trying to, okay, here's the thing. When you're stepping out to change your life in the direction that you want it to go, get ready, because it's going to be really uncomfortable. People are going to have to always have something to say. People are still going to treat you or try to treat you like the person they once knew. And then that's the hardest part, man. Because when people choose to stay who they've always been, it irks them to see you grow, because it's a reflection of who they're not becoming or who they're choosing to be. Misery loves company, right? Most of these people are like, oh, I'm not miserable. I'm living my best life and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, okay, well, good for you then. But the way, you just have to let that shit go. You have to let it go. And so I get it, man. Pursuing shit that you want to pursue in your life is not for the faint of heart. It's not. And there's going to be a lot of things that you might not understand at the time, but you must stick to your goal, your vision. You must. If I stayed trying to appease what I thought other people thought of me in my life, I probably wouldn't be alive today, to be honest. Oh, wow. It's so funny. As I was talking about that, somebody was in my life. That's what empaths do, Darin. I'm beginning to realize I am enough. Yeah, I so needed to hear this. Thank you. Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, so as I was saying that, someone that I knew years ago, like we were really close friends, um, came in my life and just started saying like joking things like, "What is it? Yeah, he thinks he's so cool. Ha ha ha. Oh, this is perfect. I know you. Ha ha ha. Oh, that's the perfect example. That's the perfect example. And me and this person have history, like years ago. And it's sad because it's like then I have friends who come in who I have history with, and they're like, Darin, I'm proud of you. I see what you're doing. I see the positive message that you're spreading. Keep doing it. Then you get these people who want to come in and try to make a joke, right? And it's like it's usually people like that they're just the same. Perfect example. Perfect example. And I used to care what this person thought. I used to fucking care what this person thought. And you have to push through that shit, you guys. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, you can. You can push through it. It's not going to be easy. You're going to go through maybe a couple years of what is this person going to think? And dude, I've been doing this shit for like 3 years now. And every now and then, a little, a little flick in the back of the head where it's like, remember who you are? I know you are. I know it. And it's like, I'm dead to you. I've been dead to you. And here's the thing, look, here's how you know someone's dead to you. When you achieve your goals, when you achieve a level of success, and anything comes out of their mouth other than congratulations. I'm proud of you. I knew you could do this. Anything other than support, farewell, my friend. It was nice knowing you. Yeah, baby. I think it's, yeah, it's right there. You can use the pen if you need to. So, with all of that said, let them go, man. Let them go because they'll hold you down. And they don't realize that they're doing it, but they'll do it. Like I had a friend recently. Okay, so I just had a baby 7 months ago, and one of my friends, I guess they're not really a friend. It's just somebody that I've worked with on a bunch of projects, and I've known for a long time. Found out he was having a baby. Said, "Congratulations!" And thanks, thanks. His wife is also someone that I've worked with. And so they had their baby, congratulated her, and she's like, holy shit, like I didn't even know you had a baby. And I just told my husband, like, did you know that Darin had a baby? And Oh yeah, like why didn't you tell me? Friends don't do that. And so there's no ounce of bitterness here. It's just awareness and a bit of grieving where you thought, ah, dang, like I thought we were friends. You're gonna find this shit out in your life when you reach certain levels of success, or you move in certain directions of your life that you feel that you need to move, that are kind of scary, and you're going to get there, and then you're going to start seeing the unveiling of who was real or who wasn't, or at what level were you guys actually connected, and like you start seeing things as they actually are. And it's very easy to become bitter about this type of shit. It's important to distinguish bitterness from grieving. You're going to be sad. It might sting a little bit, and that's okay. Accept it and understand it. Just don't be bitter about it. And so, if you're trying to succeed and excel in your life and grow, expect loss. Expect it. It sucks. It's just the way it is. But most people are only in your life for a season and a particular reason, not forever. All right. If I missed your question, feel free to ask again. Can you please stop typing in all caps? It's very distracting. It makes me not want to read what you're saying. I'm afraid to think about the future, but I'm in enjoyed life. But I'm what? Indonesia, nice. Do you believe in concept of friendship? Yeah, for sure. Is it hard to adjust to being an extrovert? I mean, if you're not an extrovert, then don't try to be. Lean into where your strengths are. I'm a bit of both. But I feel like more introverted for sure. I know when to be extroverted and how to be extroverted, but it doesn't energize me like some people. They may have tried to discourage you by claiming to know who you are, their interpretation of who you are. Yeah, 100%. And that's the thing. It's like, here's what I got from most people that I considered friends in my past. Acting ignorant, acting like they haven't seen me gain hundreds of thousands of followers on social media and a presence. They act like they haven't seen it. And then they completely like disregard it, and then still speak to me like I'm the person that they knew 6 years ago. It's like I can't acknowledge who you've become because it threatens who I've chosen to be and who I've stayed being, because I haven't changed and you have a lot. So therefore, like, you're weird. And then there's friends that I've had in the same times that are like, yo, I've seen you blow up. I've seen you succeed. Congratulations, man. Fuck yeah, that's awesome. And misery loves company. Just remember that. And they try to like slight you or try to like play it off as like, I've also gotten kind of like what somebody came in here and did. They try to like joke, like everything's a joke. I need to dismiss you in like your seriousness right now, and like whatever you're saying, and I need to make it a joke. Not realizing like how dismissive and like um, I don't know the word for it. Maybe you guys do. But expect that in your journey of growth and trying to achieve your goals. Should be straightforward when you cut ties with a friend. It depends on the relationship, man. Sometimes you don't need to say shit. You just need to fucking go. You know? And there is no explaining. You sit down and like explain to everybody, like, look, man, like, I don't know, like, I don't think we can be friends. No, you don't need to do that. Let it fall off, man. Because I'm telling you, like, you will stay friends with people that you want to stay friends with, and people will stay friends with you if they want to. And they'll kindle that. And I still have that in like 2 people, 3 people. And so, like, and I saw like little slights that people do and like insecurities and shit that happen where it's like someone that I thought was like a really good friend of mine to kind of throw me under the bus for an opportunity one time. Where like I found out like I did something for one of their clients and like none of my information was given to their client. It was like hidden, and then it was just like this weird thing, you know? And so sometimes you just let people show you who they are and what you mean to them. And make a decision accordingly. How to get into a relationship when they're so miserable all the time. Why would you want to get into a relationship with someone who's miserable all the time? Did I read that right? The pain of discipline or the pain of regret. Right. South Dakota. Nice. Sia Amir, whatever the fuck your name is. Some painful but vital. How old are you, Damien? If you don't mind me asking. This is fucking classic. Why do I like depressed people? Like, because maybe you're depressed and you're trying to save people, because in reality, you want somebody to do that for you. So instead of doing it for yourself, you try to do it for everyone else. And you just perpetuate your misery because you're not solving the problem at the root. Can you please stop writing in all caps? And yes, I have. %. 100%. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's a wrap. I am going to take a shower and go to bed. Your boy's tired. If you have any other questions, feel free to ask. But other than that, I'm going to bed. Look, if you guys have any other, if you guys want to know more information about me, hit the link in my bio. And feel free to reach out. Good night. Good night. Good night. Thank you guys for being here. I appreciate it. I appreciate your attention. I appreciate you for hanging out. You could be anywhere else but here, but you're here. And I am very grateful. Peace. Motherfuckers. Just kidding. Toodaloo, motherfucker. Come on, you guys seen The Hangover?